my channel. Today I want to share another Disney trip planning video with all of you. I want to give you my top things that people don't think to pack but come in really handy when you're visiting Walt Disney World, especially if you are packing and planning for a trip with kids. These items are things that go past just shorts, t-shirts, your swim cover-ups, your toiletries, and sunscreen, and are things that most people leave off packing lists. As I'm helping people plan their Disney vacations and helping friends know what to pack and know what to take, I feel like I'm always bringing up certain items that they aren't finding on other packing lists, maybe on Pinterest, or ones that they found by Googling. And so I thought I would share these items with all of you guys today. Let me jump right in by sharing the most useful thing I think that I take with us now on every Disney trip, and that is baggies in various sizes. Now, I use these small baggies to protect electronics whenever it starts to downpour. Rain is inevitable in Florida, and there's been lots of trips where we've had very heavy rain, and I don't have a waterproof case on my phone. I'm sure a lot of you guys don't as well, and so whenever it starts to downpour, I put my phone, any charging cords, and small electronics in one of these Ziploc baggies, throw it in my bag, and throw in a poncho or grab my umbrella so that it just has another layer of protection. The last thing you want is for your phone to be all wet and be kind of laying in a soppy book bag, so putting it in a baggie just really helps with that. I also find that these are really great for divvying out snacks. A lot of times we travel, we're on the dining plan, and if we get popcorn or a soft pretzel, we only get one or two for our family of 4. We split it up amongst us, but it makes it a whole lot easier if I have some baggies on hand. I can fill the kids' baggies with popcorn. They're not reaching and grabbing from whoever's holding the container, or they can enjoy it, on the go. It's also great for leftovers that will keep. Now, obviously, it's really hot in Florida. It's really hot whenever we travel there. But sometimes if a kid doesn't eat their entire meal, you're paying for that food, and it's a shame for it to go to waste. So if they don't eat all their pizza at lunch, or they have a leftover cookie or some crackers or something from a package, I stick them down in a plastic bag. And in 20 minutes, when they say they're hungry again, even though we just ate, can hand them their leftovers, and I save some money that way as well. Now, the large baggies, we take these for a ton of reasons. I always put their autograph books down in here because they love to get autographs, but if it's a rainstorm, like I said, those autograph books are gonna get ruined. So you wanna put them down in a large baggie. I also take these for accidents. We have had everything from upset bellies to potty accidents over the years on our Disney trips, and these, having a baggie on hand to stick down some soiled clothes, take back to the room and wash out has been a lifesaver. The next thing is some dish soap and a sponge. Now, I normally just take a small thing of dish soap that I fill up at home, and I just slap, a label on there and mark it. But taking this with me has been really helpful. If you're traveling with kids that have sippy cups, or you're taking reusable snack containers, or getting the Disney refillable mugs, you're gonna want some way to wash them, really wash them, especially if you're staying for a week. I didn't do this on my first trip, and after the first time I put coffee in my refillable mug and realized just water, because they have rinsing stations, at the resorts, and you can rinse your cup out, but they don't have any soap or sponges for obvious reasons. But it's definitely something that I love having so that I can rinse my cup out once I have my coffee, and I can put Powerade or a Sprite or lemonade in it later in the day, and I don't have that yucky coffee taste. They also get sticky, and my kids drop them on the ground, they're rolling around at the pool, and hot water just doesn't do it for me. So I like bringing some dish soap and a sponge. Another item we always take is gum. Disney does not sell gum on property. So if you are a gum chewer, anyone in your family enjoys having gum, you're not gonna be able to buy it, so you definitely need to bring it with you, and that is something that a lot of people don't know and forget to put on their packing list. Is baby wipes and hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer might be self-explanatory for everybody, no matter what age you're traveling with, but I honestly would take baby wipes even if it was just my husband and I. They're great for sticky hands, wiping off your shoes, if you step in ice cream or something yucky. I feel like you're sitting on curbs, you're in, ride seats, and sometimes you need a baby wipe. I also use them to wipe off the tables. If Disney happens to not get to a table, rather than needing to like track down a cast member and call them over to the table to wipe it down, I just grab a baby wipe and wipe it off myself. I can't see a time when I'm gonna be okay with like not traveling with some type of baby wipe or kind of like a Sani wipe or hand sanitizer wipes. And so definitely take some of those along with you, even if you have kids that technically are out of the baby stage. Another thing a lot of people don't know that you can bring in is an umbrella. And we normally always take 2 umbrellas now into the park. This is something that I just started taking in the last 2 or 3 trips. And while it can seem maybe a little bit bulky, these travel umbrellas, which it's just from the Target dollar spot, I actually just bought this one. We can just stick them down in each side of our book bag, and we like having them. I'm not a huge fan of a poncho. I would much rather just be able to put the umbrella up and get from point A to point B and not have to deal with like this sticky, hot, humid. I just don't like a poncho. So you can take an umbrella. I don't think I knew that for a while. And so it's something that I'm always putting on my packing list. So if you don't like ponchos or think an umbrella would just be more, you know, simplistic, you don't have to dig for them in your bag, you know, and put them on, especially if you're traveling with adults. Umbrellas are allowed, and they are a great thing to take along with you. Another thing people forget to bring or just kind of overlook is 2 good pairs of walking shoes for the park. Not just 1 pair of tennis shoes and a pair of pool flip-flops, because if your tennis shoes get wet on day number 1, you are gonna suffer like at least until the middle of day number 2, if not day number 3, because tennis shoes don't always dry fast. Like I said, it rains a lot in Central Florida, and so having an extra pair of walking shoes is a great idea. I always take a regular pair of tennis shoes for my kids and then something like this. These I actually bought for our upcoming cruise, but I think they're gonna work great at Disney as well. They are quick drying, but they have like support and they're kind of cushy. I've done Crocs in the past. Stride Right sells a really nice kind of all-terrain, all-weather type of shoe, and that would be a really good choice. Definitely don't just take 1 pair of tennis shoes. I think the worse than putting on a wet bathing suit is putting on wet tennis shoes. And so definitely make sure to, you know, make room in your suitcase for 2 good pairs of shoes per person. Another item that you need to bring is one of these power packs or power banks. You're probably gonna be on the phone a lot, you know, taking pictures, videos, being in the app, you know, updating friends and family on how your trip's going. And I hate when my phone is going dead. I hate that feeling. And you don't wanna spend precious park time being connected to a charging station. There aren't actually a ton of them throughout the parks. And so having something like this works really well. I bought a couple new ones because when you buy them from Target, they don't last very long. Like I think mine lasts maybe 2 or 3 years. I'm sure you can buy a better quality one, but definitely consider taking a power bank. Another item that I think people overlook is sun protection. Even if you or your family do not traditionally wear sunglasses in the summer or hats when you're out and about, you're gonna need them in Florida. My husband never wears sunglasses here, but Pennsylvania and Florida sun is not the same. It is really intense, and you wanna have a good pair of sunglasses or 2 for everybody and at least a hat for the kids. I know I'm not a hat wearer. My husband really doesn't wear hats in the parks, but take them for the kids. I think you will be happy to not have to spend the inflated prices at Disney on something like this that maybe you really don't want as a souvenir, but you're gonna want them in the Florida sun, especially if you're going in the summertime or when traditionally it's really hot. It's a great thing to have. The next thing is one of these collapsible organizational bins. Now I know this isn't a must for everyone, but I find it really helpful to have one of these along. It doesn't take up a lot of space. I can just lay it in the bottom of my suitcase or put it in the bottom of a duffel bag, and it really works well that whenever it opens up, you know, it's a storage bin. I hate walking in and seeing all that stuff like laying on a dresser, hats, sunglasses, cameras, wallets. So it's nice to have something to put, you know, everything down into and make the room just feel a little bit more organized, especially if you're traveling with a family. Another thing I always take along that I thought was worth mentioning is a laundry bag or a pop-up hamper. I hate storing our dirty laundry in our suitcases. Just feel like sometimes when you're at Disney, you're sweaty, you're getting wet on rides, your clothes aren't the freshest, and I'm scared that if I store them in my suitcases that they are going to make the suitcase smell. So I always take a laundry bag or pop-up hamper, put all of our dirty laundry in there throughout the trip, and it also makes it really easy if I'm gonna do laundry while we're staying at the resort. I can just sort everything into the hamper, take it down to the laundry, wash and dry it, and have an easy way to transport it back up to the room. Sometimes, even though all resorts have washers and dryers, you're kind of far from where the laundry facilities are at, and you're gonna need a way to transport your clothes down there. So I think that's it, you guys. Those are the things that I think most people forget to pack whenever they're planning for their Walt Disney World vacation. If there is something that you really find is helpful to pack whenever you're planning your Disney trip, leave it in the comment section below so that if someone's finding this video, they can take your suggestions and mine as far as what they need to pack that they may not think of. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you real soon. Bye-bye.